I want everyone to know you don't have to find out you're dying to start living.
We're all gonna go. It's how are you gonna go out?
So I'm dying. Faster than everyone else.
You're in the battle of your life.
I'm in the 12 items or less lane, and that's okay.
I'm listening to the trees. I'm living. I'm alive right now.
Shut up!
That's BB whining.
Happiness is not a limited resource.
I'm totally going to hell for this.
You guys, did that just happen?
Hey, what? You figured it's about time.
Thank you all so much for being here. We have never done something like this. We've kind of changed up the way we do My Last Days. There is no longer a surprise element for a few different reasons. Most importantly, the magic of the show is you. And we realized over the years that there is no experience or grand gesture or present or gift or anything that can change the circumstances that you all live with every day. And so for us, it's far more impactful to allow you guys to actually meet and to watch your documentaries all together.
If you want to surprise me by bringing Dave back, I'm okay with that. Totally okay with that kind of surprise.
I wish I had that ability.
I just have a question for you. I don't mean to jump on that, but you've not seen this at all, right?
No.
So do you feel like in a way you're watching a part of him like you've never seen before?
Last night I felt like I was going to see him today.
Yeah.
Like, actually, yeah.
It's very powerful.
Oh, I'm ready. We'll share one over here, too. We haven't even started yet.
And something that you guys should all know is this guy had watched all the episodes, and when his mom got diagnosed, he really wanted this for his mother. So he reached out and wanted his mom to have a chance to have a My Last Days episode.
It's amazing.
And the reason she's not here is because she is in transition as we speak. And he decided to come and be with us and make his mom and everybody proud. So over the next 3 nights, we'll watch all of our episodes, okay? So we're gonna start with Jessica, your mom, and then you, Travis. And then we'll go to Chanel, and then Shannon, and then we'll finish with Dave's episode. And then after that, we're all just gonna sit and we're gonna have a chat, and we're gonna talk, and we're gonna go deep and talk about whatever comes up. So, you ready, bud?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. This is Jessica.
Hey, honey. Good morning. So listen, I have a call for you, okay?
Hey, Jessica.
Hi!
I'm Justin.
Nice to meet you.
I've heard all about you and how amazing you are and how incredible you are and how you've overcome trial after trial. Don't cry. You continue to just every day live for your children, for your family. You're just an amazing servant to humanity. And I just wanted to call you and tell you that I appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
I'm in New Orleans right now, so I would come and be there myself if I could, but I just wanted to give you a little surprise, if that's okay.
Okay.
Is that okay? Jessica, the most important thing I know to you is making sure that you're creating memories and leaving something behind. So I want to welcome you to your own episode of My Last Days. Everyone is here for you, so that you can tell your story the way that you want to tell it. For your family and for your children and for the world, okay?
All right. Okay. This means a lot.
I can't wait for everybody to hear about you and your story and meet your beautiful family.
Oh, I can't wait either.
You have so much to teach all of us.
gosh.
You look beautiful. You got this. You're strong. And
This is so surreal.
I'm a phone call away. I'm gonna make sure you have my number, okay?
Okay. Please.
I don't know you, but I already love you, Jessica.
I love you too. You don't know it, but I love you. Hello. Oh gosh.
Bye.
Bye.
It's raining.
Hey everybody. Welcome to my home.
Surprise!
Love you. I love you. My name is Jessica Stansell-Aiyegbusi. I'm 42 years old. And 8 months ago, I was given 6 months to live by my doctor. But my story's not over yet. I want everyone to know that choosing love is the key to unlocking everything.
My mom,
She is
You answer it, Josh.
oh,
I don't know.
the greatest lady you'll ever meet and the craziest lady you'll ever meet at the same time. And this one time she called me, Jordan, I'm out in the middle of the street. There's this dog. He keeps almost getting hit by these other people. I'm gonna get him in the back of my car. He's a little brown dog. He looks like a small German Shepherd. I was like, so I'm on my way over, and I get there, and she's just like, somebody told me to get away from the coyote. I told you it was a freaking coyote.
And I'm like, what? He would just look at me.
we have gotten into some stupid stuff.
She is crazy, but overall, she's caring.
She shares her breakfast with me, and she gives me her breakfast sometimes, and she gives me her smoothie sometimes, and then Daddy makes her another smoothie. And then every day I ask Daddy, Daddy, are you making a smoothie?
Yeah, I'm making Mommy a smoothie right now. On Sundays, normally I'll make breakfast one way or the other, whether it's pancakes or waffles or French toast. It's one of those things that becomes a tradition. It just becomes a part of who you are, and I do everything around the house just as much as my wife does. She'll tell you I probably changed more diapers than she's ever changed.
Family means to me everything that encompasses love. It's precious, it's amazing, it's beautiful, it has its ups and downs, and it has its moments of just happiness, pure happiness.
So I got your food. Now you're not really gonna cook, but I got your smoothie that you like at least.
Sunday breakfast. I wish I would have had a smidgen of what I have with our family here as a child. My mom had addiction issues. She went in and out of being homeless and, things like that. So she would take us in the back of grocery stores, and she called it dumpster diving and made it into a game, and kind of told my brother and I, if you just dig a little bit deeper, there's a box of Snickers down there. She came to me one day and said, I can't take care of you. I'm not able to. In total, I was in 3 foster homes. And my last foster home, it was my last year in high school. And my foster mother, who everyone calls her Granny, and she taught me how to do so many things. And she loved me unconditionally, which I felt. And I felt love, and I knew what it was to be in a family. All of a sudden, it was like, aha, I got it. So I had that in me. She just lit the fire and kept fanning it. Life just kind of started from there, so.
How did we get together? So I was out hanging out with some friends at an old club in LA. She came walking by with her friend. I was like, God, you're one of the most beautiful women in here.
Listen, 10 feet down, they get better looking. And I said, so just keep on trucking.
I thought it was a great comeback. 2 days later, we ended up going to dinner in Santa Monica, and we just sat and talked and talked and talked.
And we're talking, and the waitress said, are you guys ready to order yet? No, we're still good. So we sat there. They were sweeping around us at the end. And then we went and walked on the beach, and it was just, I knew. Him and I both, we compared notes later, but we both knew.
I knew I was in trouble then. Let's put it like that.
We went on a couple more dates, and then finally I called him and I said, hey, I need to talk to you.
And she's like, well, listen, I was married before, I have 2 kids.
The best thing that ever came out, of course, was Jordan and Sydney from that relationship. I made this decision for them, you know, to get out of that marriage. They will not meet, you know, anyone unless that is the person that I'm going to marry. And then Olu looked at me and he held my hand and he said, if this is how God is gonna put you in my life and this is what comes with it, he said, okay.
You know, I can't remember a day in almost the last 17 years I haven't talked to her. We've been together pretty much ever since, so.
Suddenly, I had another family. I had these amazingly beautiful kids looking up to me, trusting me. And trust is a big thing. So far, so good. It turned out good. Oh, we'll cut now? Okay. So I can get up and go to the bathroom. Huh?
People help her because she can't really get herself downstairs because she has pain.
Izzy, why does she have pain?
I don't know.
See? Jay, it's fine.
Okay. Yes.
So I went to get my physical, my yearly physical, in November. They were like, there's a lump. I said, okay.
They said, you know, it started out maybe stage 2, stage 3. Shouldn't be that big of a deal. Hopefully it doesn't spread.
So they did a double mastectomy. And when they did the double mastectomy is when they found out that it had spread to her lymph nodes.
It's in your bones, it's in your liver, it's spread. Out of, 28 lymph nodes, I think 8 were cancerous.
This is kind of the end game.
And Olu was sitting there, and I remember looking at him and I said, this is gonna kill me.
You know, the day when you grow up and you meet a girl, it's not in the manual that, hey, she's gonna be 42 and fighting terminal breast cancer, and this thing is just cut it off, at the knees. It's not in the manual at all.
The wheels on the bus go round and round.
Mm-hmm.
Come here, mamas. Oh, God.
I was talking.
You were talking.
Do you know what is killing mommy?
Her pain.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just happening to her. It's a piece of you that's dying, so.
They're gonna be those kids that don't have a mom. Izzy being 4, she understands that I'm gonna go away. She's like, Mommy, I'll look for you. I said, I know.
to find a way to deal with it in the moment, and I have to find a way to help my kids deal with it.
He's putting up a pretty good, I'm good, I'm fine, I'm okay. He's gonna be a single dad overnight.
I'm okay.
I don't want to leave any of you guys. I want you to remember me. If ever you doubt life, I want you to talk to me, because I'll be listening. Okay, I'm done. I'm like wiped out. God, it's like saying goodbye. But it's a blessing because I'm able to say goodbye. So that's the gift. And you guys keep tabs on my kids, please. If they get out of line, just
one.
No, two.
One.
Two.
We're having one. One.
Two. Okay, fine.
She grew up in foster care. If she could make every child's childhood as great and fulfilling as it could ever be, that's the world she would create. Helping them find a way to be the best of themselves, that's how I've dealt with it. Listen, we'll find a way to deal with it, right?
You got the mama and the baby giraffe.
Mom loves kids, and she's always wanted this huge family.
You know, we've got 5 kids of our own, but we've got all these other kids that are partly ours to a great extent. That's why our house is open on Sundays.
Sunday dinners are really important. It's really everyone getting together. It starts your week off right.
It's like, oh, you know someone, bring them over, just no matter what.
The only stipulation is that before we eat, we gather in a circle and we go around and everybody says what they're thankful for.
It's 15 years we've been doing it. And there's just this huge love exuding, just like.
The level of pain for her gets worse every day.
She doesn't stay in bed. She comes downstairs when it's Sunday dinner.
Watch me get this rug.
It pains me to see her struggle because I never wanted to be in pain. Yeah, but she doesn't care.
Strengthen me, enable me, sustain me, oh God, guide me, protect me.
Welcome to Sunday dinner, everyone. Once again, for those of you who haven't been to Sunday dinner before, we go around the room and we say what we're thankful for. So who wants to go first? Yeah.
I am thankful that Jessica is here for another Sunday. And I am thankful that my son-in-law is who and what he is. Because I'm not worried about my grandkids. I'm not.
To so many kids out there, you guys are the second parents. If it wasn't for you guys, we don't know where half of us would be. We don't know the support system we would have. And yeah, I don't want to cry no more. So I love you, Mama.
Love you too.
I'm thankful for Billy. I'm thankful for Kino.
I'm thankful for everyone in this room. I'm thankful for all my children that are here.
Sound is rolling.
Mom, I want you to know that no matter what happens to you, you always stay with me. And
every time I see an animal on the street, I always pull over. There's always cat or dog food in the back of my car. A little bit of her goes with everybody.
She's been through so many adventures with us that those are like the main things I feel like we're gonna remember. and it's all because of her.
Love is the great equalizer. It really is. It's the strongest thing in the world, and I don't care what you say and don't care who you are, it'll get you through anything.
Hey, Izzy, do you know what is heaven?
It is beautiful and it has waterfalls.
You can win with love. Every time. Every time. Tell people you love them. Don't be scared to, tell people, I love you. Give people the benefit. Don't judge them. They got 10 things wrong with them, focus on the one thing that's right. This is a dream come true. Not to die of cancer, but to die like this.
So, can you tell us why you're here in place of your mom and what's going on with her right now?
Well, hospital is our house, and she's not able to move at the moment. She's mostly asleep, but when she's awake, try to talk to her as much as you can, but after a while, it kind of gets confusing for her to speak and try to compute what we're saying to her. So that's why I'm here for her.
Just continue to tell her how much she means to you.
Yeah.
It's really important.
Well, you gave your mom a big gift because it was because of you. You wanted her to have this. This is real stuff. The fact that we're able to do this and have real feelings and emotions and
Having something like this for people to watch, it may help them. I mean, understanding how they can handle living every day with an illness or a loved one who has an illness.
Well, I don't think there's a better transition to your episode.
No, perfect.
All right, guys. Here is Travis.
This is dying. It's a realization of, oh, I've been here before. And we all return back to that place, whatever you want to call it, whether it's heaven or the universe or matter and energy. You could have an army trying to hold me down and it wouldn't have mattered. I would have gone and continued on, which would have been death. I had to find reasons to keep wanting to fight, to be with my family and see my brother have his first child, to be in love again, to be happy and to live a happy life.
Travis, stay with me. He's breathing.
My name is Travis Flores, and I was born with cystic fibrosis. I've had 2 double lung transplants in the last 3 years, and what I want everyone to know is that they should embrace their scars, because sometimes the best medicine in life is to live your truth. Hey, Mom.
I'm here.
Hi. How are you?
Oh my God, you remember this one? I drove a whole car full of your crazy friends up to the hospital.
On their engagement photo.
Yeah.
Justin and Chelsea.
They're such a perfect couple. They
I
really
know,
are.
and now I'm gonna be an uncle.
When I first saw him, he looked confused. And then once he started crying and they felt comfortable, then they gave him to me. And I was able to hold him for about 5 minutes, and it was just, there's just nothing like it. 3.5, 4 months old, yeah, I found out that he had a genetically inherited disease.
I don't know how you've done it for all these years, Terry. I will never forget when you first had Travis and they almost arrested you for malnutrition because he was so skinny.
I've got social workers come into the apartment wanting to investigate me. And then that next day, they call and say, oh, by the way, over the phone, your son has cystic fibrosis, you need to go see the pediatrician right away.
Everyone says that you can walk outside and get hit by a bus, right? Like anything could happen. But for me, it was on paper. You could open up a book and a dictionary and read cystic fibrosis, a terminal disease.
Cystic fibrosis is a genetically inherited disease, and it creates a sticky mucus that blocks up the lungs. And before long, the stickiness of the mucus in your lungs starts to form and harden, and you end up needing a double lung transplant. And most children don't make it to 5 years old. We had 3 children that needed us, and one that was special needs, so we agreed that we all were gonna battle and we were gonna fight this.
He was probably one of the toughest kids I knew. Being at the hospital from a young age with him, it made me more aware, and it made me appreciate the time I had with him.
He's always kind of had this roller coaster of health. You know, we really had to enjoy the time we had because we didn't know how much time we had with him.
So when I was 8 years old, I was being hospitalized for the first time and meeting patients that had different conditions, things that could potentially take their lives within months. And I understood that this could be what my future is.
Then he was writing poetry as we were driving back and forth from Cincinnati. It's a 4-hour drive to the hospital. He had all this time and he started just writing.
So my solution was to somehow take something I was terrified of, what scares me the most, that I could turn into a positive because it's what my mom's always telling me to do. And I went, oh, a spider. One hot summer day, there lived a spider named Sparky. Sparky wasn't an ordinary spider. He did not know how to spin a web.
What's the matter, honey? Asked Sparky's mother curiously. Well, you see, I can't spin a web. And this is the joke that he wrote at the hospital, stir fly instead of stir fry. And he just thought that was the funniest thing at 7 years old, you know?
It became this almost game to me to achieve more than most people do in their entire life in the lifetime that I was given.
Go all the way, don't stop, and whatever you do, never ever give up on what you want to do or on your dreams.
So when I wanted to go on a 3-year book tour, they managed to make that happen.
And we'd arranged to have him motivational speak at the schools. Everybody loved it.
He let me come along with him on every book tour and be his security guard.
And before I knew it, it was really affecting people on a worldwide basis. I was given a prognosis of a certain age. This is how long you have. This is the cap. No, don't want to hear that. I plan to be the longest living cystic fibrosis patient. Imagine waking up and you take a breath, but that breath doesn't feel like a full breath. So you take another breath and all of a sudden you're like breathing what feels like water. So you cough naturally to get that out. And when you cough, it's blood. That was the defining moment of cystic fibrosis. And the only way out of that was to be transplanted. Yeah, I hid this from myself until today. I went and I dug through tons of boxes for you guys to find this, and I'm glad I did. After my first transplant, I really wanted to acknowledge my donor somehow. And I haven't worn it since because my first transplant, it didn't work. And now if they were to reach out to me, to meet me, I would have to tell them that I don't have their loved one's gift anymore.
You know, the first set of lungs went into rejection. It really impressed upon me that with Travis, I can't control if he lives or dies.
Most of the time, he has such a positive outlook on life. And, you know, Travis is still fighting for his life. And having that idea that it may never change was a hard thing to face.
You know, people talk about men having strength and all of, you know, it's crap. Masculinity doesn't come from the muscle in your body. It comes from the heart. It comes from the mind. It comes from the soul. Like, you have to have the courage to look at these things and look at the chest tube that they're about to put into you, and you have to take it and you have to embrace it and you have to go with it. And then you have to put that mask on and lay on that table. And when they're saying they're about to put the anesthesia in for you to go into your transplant, you have to be able to say, okay, here we go. I'm gonna wake up. I'm gonna wake up. It's gonna be okay. I'm gonna wake up. That's strength. That's masculinity. That's power. And it takes a hell of a lot more courage to do that than it does to lift a weight. I can tell you that.
Trouble connecting. I'll keep trying.
I'm not having problems connecting. Flex is weird. You know, I went home in July of 2017. And now my pulmonary function is at like 14%. It's like suffocating.
It was getting to a point where he may have to be chronically hospitalized again until his next transplant.
And then September 1st, I was hospitalized because my lungs had collapsed.
And he was losing lung function. He was on oxygen and
kind of went into this paralysis of not having any strength to move, not wanting to move.
My aunt gets me on FaceTime. The nurses were asking for my permission to intubate him because I was his medical power of attorney.
I remember one of the last things I said before everything happened. I said, "Mom, I'm dying." And then I went into like this comatose state. I felt this pull. I saw all the people that I loved in my life, my brothers having children, and I saw my parents becoming grandparents. And I was angry. But then I pulled again. I was higher that time. And all of those feelings didn't exist. And then I pulled again. And all of a sudden, time doesn't exist, it's irrelevant. Places don't exist, you're everywhere all at once. I realized that I was going to see my family again. I came back to my physical self and I became conscious again. And I started fighting again. And I had to literally tell my mom to hold my body down. And I was clenching the sheets because I was afraid that I was going to be pulled up again.
we immediately transferred him to ICU. He was stable enough to move. 12 hours later, the doctor calls and says we have a set of lungs.
The person that my lungs came from was a middle-aged man. When someone is passing away and they're not an organ donor, they still come to you if the organs are healthy, and they'll still ask you if you as a family would like to make this gift. And from what I understand, that's what happened. It was the family's decision. This is why I'm here, to do this and to share this story with people. And I believe that's why I kept fighting. There was a reason.
I know we talked about it a little bit when he was going in for his last transplant. How are you prepping for the day? I can't even.
I've been prepping. I've been prepping since he was diagnosed. When he passes away, I'm going to miss him tremendously. But I also know he doesn't have to battle anymore. He doesn't have to constantly be in the hospital.
You're talking about him. I'm talking about you. I can't even. How are you going to feel losing a son?
I'm not going to even go there till I have to.
No matter what you do, it's not curable. And it was hard at first to get into the mode of, I'm healthy. I got to embrace that and I have to live. But what happened is when you've been through what I've been through, there's a gift that comes with being in love and being with someone. You realize that body and gender and race, it doesn't matter. Because despite everything that I have been through and all my scars and all my bandages and wounds and baggage, if they can look at me and say, I love you and I want to be with you, who the hell am I to say, sorry, you're a man or a girl, or it just doesn't make sense to me. So I just opened myself up to love. Just love is love, you know? I allowed myself to be free. You know, I'm dating a guy now, so. By the way, I'm like sweating from saying that.
Are you? What's more?
Yeah. That was the first time I've ever said on camera that I'm gay. So that was a big moment.
I don't know. Terry, you want to get the juice out?
Yes.
For me, the most unfair part about this whole situation is falling in love again. I'm in love and I don't want it to end and I don't want him to be heartbroken. I want to have kids and I want to have a future and a career and share these things with someone. And there's this thing in my future that might prevent it all. And that freaking sucks. I don't want to have
There's
these
your
things.
answer. How do I deal with it? It sucks.
I mean, maybe that is what it is.
And I guess you have to. I mean, I shouldn't be giggling, but
That's
you
true.
have to giggle.
In the future, God forbid, I'm not here. This is what I want you to remember. It sucks. My tombstone will read that.
Let's go sit and eat.
Sometimes when I think about our family, I'm like, we have the worst luck, but we have the best luck. We have the worst luck because we go through terrible things, but we get through
them because we have each other.
Yeah, it's like we have the best luck because we have the best family.
Yeah, no, we had a really rough upbringing with 10 brothers and sisters. Do you know how much Grandpa made? $30,000 at his height. Can you imagine?
You know, I didn't even realize that was what it was.
Yeah.
Because I felt like we always had what we needed.
Because we had each other.
And that's called debt.
No.
I wanted to go visit Grandpa and Grandma's grave because I know you haven't done that in a long time.
She hasn't been in a long time.
I haven't been in years.
I know. But as a family, I really want to go and be together. I didn't really get the chance to know Grandpa.
He loved his grandkids.
He loved his family.
Don't mind me while I put my smiley faces on the grave. And
Yeah, what's that all about?
every time he'd send a letter or birthday cards or anything to us, he'd put the little smiley face stickers on them.
I see, you know, the dates, like 1927 to 1997 and 1930 to 2005. And it's like, that's a lot of time, but it's not. It does bring that reality. We're all gonna be in this position. Whatever the dates are between the little hash thingy there, for me, it doesn't matter anymore because I just feel so grateful for what I have achieved and what I'll continue to do. And it's because of people like you in my life. I have kind of reached a point of comfort. I wouldn't say acceptance, but comfort.
I don't want you here before I get here.
No.
Okay?
I don't want to come visit your grave.
No.
Well, I'm being cremated, so you wouldn't have to. I know what you mean. I know. It's like forever in our hearts is like the perfect thing. I don't feel that I've put on a mask for people at this point. I want people to know that I'm happy. I want people to know that when you want something bad enough, strength, hope, love, you'll find it. I put it out into the universe and it came back to me. That was so emotional for me to watch because, you know, on camera, when we were doing this, I didn't know this donor's name. And now when I see myself talking about my organ donor, his name is Aldo. I know who he is. And I know his family, and I've spent time with them and his kids. And it was a really incredible gift that his family gave to me.
Well, I think something you guys all have in common is this ability to take tragedy and turn it into something beautiful, and you're all doing that in your own ways. And speaking of like kind of a new lease on life, which is what your lungs have given you. You, my dear.
I just felt with a lot of that. I was really emotional over here, like just the parents and like dying and just having that second chance. I just want to live it.
Yeah,
make
the most.
Just make the most of whatever time I have. And it's like, it was really cool to watch somebody else go through that.
Well, now you're gonna get to watch her go through that.
More crying.
Because we're gonna take a little break, and then tomorrow night, we're gonna watch Janelle's episode, and then Shannon's, and then we're gonna conclude with Dave's. So thank you guys so much for being here. Let's take a little break.